Hello students, I hope you all are fine and healthy, staying at home. I am Rekha Bhad, your English teacher. Students, before going to start textbook, I would like to suggest you revise grammar as we learned in previous class. Today we are discussing about figure of speech. Yes, I know we learned it in previous class, but now we only revise it. Okay, tell me what is a figure of speech? There is a definition. Look at a figure of speech is an expression in which the words are not used in their literal sense. A figure of speech is designed to portray an idea more clearly or more interestingly. It means a figure of speech is a departure from ordinary expression in order to produce greater effect. It means in literature or in language it is used to produce greater effect. In Marathi it is called alankar, and you know that alankar is used to produce more effect in language. म्हणजे अलंकार हे मराठी भाषेमध्ये जसं अलंकार वापरतात भाषेला अधिक चांगल्या पद्धतीने प्रस्तुत करण्यासाठी, इन द सेम वे फिगर ऑफ स्पीच इज यूज्ड इन इंग्लिश टू प्रोड्यूस ग्रेटर इफेक्ट. Okay, thereafter we have to discuss about some figure of speech here. First of all, simile. What do you mean by simile? When a direct comparison is made between two objects of different kinds which have at least one point in common, it is called simile. Got it? It means one thing is compared to another thing using the words of similarity. It means there is a comparison, but the comparison between two objects must be different object, but one point is common. And when we can easily guess which figure of speech is in given sentence or given expression by using the words like as, like, so, etc. These words are used, we use these words as, like, and so to make a simile. Understand? Example is given, creeping like a snail. creeping एंड स्नेल, ये दो ऑब्जेक्ट्स है, ये दोनों ऑब्जेक्ट्स के कॉमन पॉइंट है क्रीपिंग. इट मीन्स द कंपैरिजन बिटवीन क्रीपिंग एंड स्नेल is shown by a word that is like. Another example we can also say that his speech is explosive as volcano. His speech is explosive as a volcano. You know that explosion is a quality of speech as well as volcano. Speech and volcano are both different things, different objects, but one common point is that explosion, and word is used as, that's why it is simile. Got it? Okay, next one, that is metaphor. What do you mean by metaphor now? When an indirect comparison is made, it is called metaphor. Now observe, in simile direct comparison is there between two objects, and in metaphor indirect comparison is made. Okay, in both in both figure of speech comparison is expected, but in simile direct comparison between two objects, and in metaphor indirect comparison between two objects, that is called metaphor. In short, what can we say? One thing is called another thing. One thing is called another thing. Example, first example, that is life is game. You know that life is like a game. It is not said. It is said life is a game. And you know that different qualities are there in a game. And when we compare both life and game, all the possibilities which happen in game, that also happen in life. That's why it is metaphor. Another example, the camel is sheep in desert. It means the camel is called sheep. Camel is called sheep, but actually the camel is not sheep. It is directly comparison. There is a comparison between camel and sheep, and it is directly comparison. That's why it is metaphor. Got it? The difference between simile and metaphor: simile is a direct comparison between two objects, and metaphor is indirect comparison between two objects. Next one, that is, look at onomatopoeia. Okay, when the sound of syllables bring out the meaning clearly, or when a word is self explanatory, it is called onomatopoeia. It means it is very important to understand that. What can we understand? That it means when the sound of the syllable brings, जो sound होता है syllables का, when the sound of the syllables brings out the meaning clearly, उसका meaning clear होता है, or when a word is self explanatory, it is called onomatopoeia. In short, what can we say? The word is an imitation of the sound. Imitation of the sound, not a actual sound. It is the imitation of the sound. From example we can say, whispering still her name, tumbling in 20 rings. Whispering still her name, tumbling in 20 rings. Another example, the open window shut with bang. The open window shut with bang. It means the word bang is imitation of sound produced by the open window. Okay. Then next one, that is epigram. When a general truth, quote or saying are used as lines of poem, it is called epigram. It is closely resembles a proverb. It means it is closely resembled to the proverb. And it is important, general truth, quotations or sayings are used as a line of the poetry. Example is given. What example? To believe is to know that every day is a new beginning. That is also the quotation. If we don't end war, war will end us. It is also quotation. It means when quotation is used, when sayings are used, or when general truth is used in as a poetic line, then the figure of speech is epigram. Fine. Next one, that is alliteration. When similar sound is used to produce poetic effect, similar sound is used to produce poetic effect, then it is called alliteration. It means the only sound is repeated. Only sound is repeated. That is called alliteration. The example, the tiny ships on the shiny sea. Tiny ships on the shiny sea. Look at S sound is repeated. Thereafter Y sound is also repeated. When we read it loudly, that create a poetic effect. And when sound is repeated, then the figure of speech is alliteration. Okay. Then next one, that is repetition. When the same words are repeated, here there is also repetition, but here words are repeated. In alliteration, sound is repeated. In repetition, word is repeated. It is called repetition when same words are repeated. Okay. Example, home, home, sweet home. Home, the word home is repeated. That's why it is repetition. Again, note one thing, that difference between alliteration and repetition. Alliteration, what is alliteration? Repetition of sound. In short, repetition of sound. And what is repetition? Repetition of word. These are the alliteration and repetition figure of speech. Thereafter, we can see that euphemism. Euphemism. When unpleasant facts are presented in pleasant forms. Sometimes real fact or truth we cannot express in perfect words, but it is necessary to express that things or that facts. But when we express that, then we can use another words. In short, what can we say? The harsh reality is expressed in mild term. Harsh reality is expressed in mild terms. That is called the euphemism. It means when unpleasant facts are presented in a pleasant form, or a harsh reality is expressed in mild term, it is called euphemism. Let's say example, when I am gone away, gone to rest in peace, he is no more. Hear the last grim call. In all examples, the real fact is death, but it is not directly used to say death. In the word, in place of that word, the words are used: gone away, rest in peace, no more, grim call, last grim call, etc. He is not, he is dead. We cannot say that he is dead. What can we say? He is no more. Right? It means harsh reality is expressed in mild term. That is called euphemism. Fine. Next one, that is climax. What is climax? When the ideas are presented in ascending order, it is called climax. The words are arranged in ascending order. It is important. Okay. In any paragraph or in any idea, the ideas are placed in ascending order, one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4. This happened, thereafter this happened, this happened, this happened, etc. To complete the thing, to complete that idea. They are presented in ascending order. When the ideas are presented in ascending order, the figure of speech is climax. For example, I have no rest, nor joy, nor peace. No rest, nor joy, nor peace. Rest नहीं है तो joy नहीं है, joy नहीं है तो peace नहीं है. The arrangement of the ideas, rest, joy, peace, in ascending order. That's why it is climax. He came, he saw, he conquered. वो आया और उसने देखा और चला गया, जीत के चला गया, ऐसा बोला जाता है ना, उसी प्रकार. ही केम, ही सॉ, ही कॉन्क्वेयर्ड. वो आया, उसने देखा, वो जीत कर चला गया, ऐसा जो बोला जाता है. आने की सिचुएशन पहले, उसके बाद देखने की सिचुएशन, उसके बाद जीतने की सिचुएशन. ये जो आइडियाज है, दीज आइडियाज आर प्रेजेंटेड इन असेंडिंग ऑर्डर. दैट्स व्हाई दिस फिगर ऑफ स्पीच इज climax. Okay. Opposite to that, anticlimax. What happened? In anticlimax, when the ideas are presented in descending order, note it. In climax, the ideas are presented in ascending order, and in anticlimax, the ideas are presented in descending order. Okay, it is called anticlimax. It is chiefly used for purpose of satire or ridicule. It is anticlimax is generally used in satire or ridicule. Okay. What example? The soldier fights for glory and shilling a day. Or second example, I roar, I laugh, I smile. I roar, I laugh, I smile. Okay. This is the example of anticlimax. I hope you understand it better. It is next part we can see in another session. Okay, thank you.